actually think that's probably slightly more relevant than whether Stacey 22 from Croydon thinks that, you know, David Cameron has put a really good point forward today when he was speaking at News in Briefs, just for the record. We don't say that. Probably the most asked question I ever get. I just think, you know, it's quite a shame that our friend from Object couldn't be there this evening, because I've actually had dealings with her before when we did a debate on 5 Live. And I mean, she had some real insight into just life in general. And a big argument that she would probably have put forward if she was standing here, I feel like I should probably put it forward for her in her absence, would be that page 3 causes rape. And that is something that, you know, I've been, when I spoke with her before, she said to me, I don't know how you sleep at night knowing that you cause all these rapes. Well, last time I checked, and I mean, I check quite, I'm not a rapist. And, you know, I don't generally try to encourage that on a day-to-day basis. But, you know, and I was the first to say to her that, you know, if you actually know a lot about the subject that you're speaking about, which, you know, as you really claim to, you would be aware that rape is actually about power and it's not actually a sexually driven thing particularly at all. So, you know, unless I'm really making people think, yes, Peta Todd has made me feel like I should go home and, you know, sexually assault someone at home or be inappropriate in the workplace, because that's all my fault as well. So if anyone's got any grievances with that, please write me some kind of letter, because I will see what I can do, take it to some kind of tribunal. I just think that page 3, at the end of the day, I've never felt exploited, I've never felt degraded. You know, I would be the first to say I would never have gone, when I grow up, I would like to be a page 3 girl, please. Because that never even entered into my mind, and it sounds really ridiculous, but I did kind of fall into it. Not, I mean, you know, my top didn't fall off, but I did happen to, you know, it came about in a way that I was never really planned. I'd finished my A-levels, and I'd moved out, I needed to start earning some money, and that's kind of how it came about. And I've had a very pleasant experience from it, all in all, and I think that some people do genuinely find it very empowering, and I would say well done to them. They would be the first people to say, you know, it makes me feel, you know, strong and independent as a woman, and it's my right as a woman to do whatever I please, in the same way that, you know, as long as it's not injuring or, you know, being detrimental to anybody else, I would say that it's kind of what being in the 21st century should be about. It's, you've got your choices, and you have to weigh up, you know, your actions and what the repercussions of that is going to be. And I seriously think about what the repercussions of getting my kit off is every day. And you mean, if it's chilly outside, I'm going to get cold. But yeah, I really do think that there's a lot bigger problems to worry about, and everyone goes, well, it's pornographic. The people that think it's pornographic clearly don't have the internet. Because, wow, if they did, they would be in trouble. Yeah, I mean, I really do think it's a bit of fun. It is what it is. I've never felt degraded. I don't walk down the street thinking, oh no, I wonder if John on the other side of the road thinks I'm, you know, a floozy because of it. Because it really doesn't matter too much to me. And everyone goes, you know, well, what do you think about the fact that everybody's seeing you naked? I think, no, they've seen a slightly improved version of me in a picture. Thank you very much. And also I was the first page 3 girl. It's the page 3's 40th anniversary this year, and I was the first page 3 girl to ever have a baby and then go back to work. I had Finn when I was a small person. I was only 19 when I had my son, and I had been doing page 3 for about 6 months, and I went back to work when he was about 8 weeks old, I suppose, and that was me. So I want some kind of plaque or something for that, or a badge, or something along those lines. Not getting it so far, and I often get, in fact our friend from Object went, well, how would you feel if he was to open the newspaper and see you? I think, first of all, you know, I know I work for the Sun newspaper, but I'd be going, come on now, let's get the Telegraph in there. It's one of those things. I'm not, if it was something that I was embarrassed of, or, you know, that I would be ashamed of, I wouldn't be doing it. And at the end, he's the first one to go to me, if he ever does see me in the paper, he goes, Mommy, look, it's a picture of you in the bath. Because that would be the only logical reason you would have your clothes off would be if you were about to get in the bath. So he thinks I've got some kind of clean OCD. But yeah, I mean, he's come to work with me. He's got pictures of when he came to work, that when he's about 18 or 19, he'll have it out going, check me out. Yeah, and I said to him the other day, do you know what page 3 is? And he went, yeah, work. And I went, yeah, you're right. I've been very lucky. I got the chance to I spent pretty much every day of his life bringing him up. I didn't have to work 9 to 5 in an office. He didn't have to go into childcare with people that I didn't know. He'd come to work with me. My work was very flexible. Yes, I'd spend a week away sometimes if I had to go and shoot, but he'd come with me. He's had the opportunity to come down to Headley Court with me. He now thinks it's perfectly normal that you can just take your leg off because of all the amputees and people with prosthetics. So he's quite disappointed. I'm a disappointment that all my limbs are all attached. He also thinks I can fly or I'm some kind of superhero because I did skydiving. I'm not about to tell him that's not the truth. So yeah, I mean, all round, I think page 3, I really do think it has its positives, and I think it's a very individual thing, and I think if a person makes a decision to do it, no one's going out there and going, you look like you want to go out with footballers, come and get your clothes off now, or else something terrible will happen to you. It's a choice that people make, and I think, we live in the 21st century, they should be able to make those choices. I've never felt degraded, I've never been forced to do anything I don't want to do, and, I'd like to think that maybe I was some kind of anomaly. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that all the girls that do page 3 have all got PhDs and they sit in, just generally studying to just, expand their minds, because that is a lie. There's probably some of them at China Whites as we speak. But, it's the way it is. Everybody's very different. And for me, it's been a very, very positive experience, and it's, without sounding too gushing and cliche, it has given me some of the best opportunities that I've ever had. Being involved with Help for Heroes, I write a column for the paper, I've had access to people I wouldn't have done before, and everyone likes boobs.